Hello, I'm Mike Gordon, and I'm sorry I'm not gonna be here Tuesdays or Thursdays going forward. Only 2 more weeks of summer Sega, and already I am starting fall classes. And by the time this video goes up, I will already be in Denver taking biology. Now, consider this my lone heads up going forward every Tuesday and Thursday. Having said all that, let's take a look at an early weekend rental from earlier this year, Altered Beast for the arcade. Perfect playthrough conditions are the same as they were for the Genesis. Beat the game while nabbing all 5 Beast transformations. Now, I was a little short on time making this, so I did fudge things a little. If you want a more honest run of Altered Beast, either tune into that weekend rental or Perfect Playthrough number 1, but keep in mind that was the Genesis version of the game. So with that out of the way, let's get started with our next Perfect Playthrough, Altered Beast for the arcade. Reminder, I did fudge things a little bit, but for what it's worth, I repeat, I will not be following my typical arcade rules I normally have set up for, what was it? For, oh yeah, the arcade rules that I had for weekend rental. Even so, because this is a game I own as part of Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, I do own this version of Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. Even if I were to have the arcade rules in place, I still pretty much would have relegated myself to unlimited tries on this game. This isn't a very long game, which is also the reason why I chose this to be the first game I cover out of these pre-recorded playthroughs. I actually gave this game a few chances to try to beat the game as near flawlessly as I could, and I just couldn't do it. So I'm just trying to take out these things so the screen scrolls over faster. Let's power up. So yeah, Altered Beast, I think it's a bit of a mistake to classify this as a beat 'em up. It's more of a memorization game, since it involves memorizing the location where all the enemies are going to be, as well as where, especially the white wolves that give you the power-ups. Alright, we clear all these enemies. We have the werewolf transformation. Strategy is basically the same as it was on the Genesis, where I will use the punch attack to deal all the damage against this thing, and then I use the kick attack to try to get past the heads and maybe deal a bit of extra damage. And there are some consequences to my fudging of things. There are some graphical errors. I think the same thing happened last time when I did this for weekend rentals. Basically, with unlimited continues, there are some, graphical things. By allowing unlimited credits or free play, I basically have it where the game has no idea how to have the sprites move on from there. Like, he's supposed to jump down, he's supposed to fully revert back to human, then jump into the hole after death. But he doesn't do that. So I'm missing these, snakes. And yes, this took me, even with the numbers fudged a little, this still took me several attempts to get a run that I was at least proud of. Come on. So, I'm not gonna tell you exactly all the different ways I fudge things, but I did. So I'm trying to get into position so I can take out this guy. And honestly, this isn't as consistent as it would have been if I was playing the Genesis version. The second boss in the Genesis version is ridiculously easy to cheese. And yet the cheese doesn't really translate well in the arcade. And here's more of the graphical glitching. That's a result that I believe is largely the result of the infinite credits code that I put in. I even have unlimited lives, so this isn't really that useful outside of level 3. This is because level 3 is the only stage in the game that has bottomless pits. Those guys just go away. Alright, finally got the bear transformation. And that's an example of accidental death. Don't worry, I still have unlimited lives. That is literally the only place in the entire game that you can actually die in. That I can actually die in. Oh, I finally got that thing right. I was wondering why I couldn't get it to work when playing on the arcade. And there we go. Another level done, and once again, more graphical errors. Where I don't fully revert to human, and I don't jump into the hole after the guy. At least it doesn't soft lock the game. I'll take that. At least it doesn't at least these codes I was working with so I could beat this game and say, look, perfect playthrough. At least that's... And that wolf was what got me so much trouble, because the first wolf was literally on top of the spire, and then the other two were down there. So, yes, the game is starting to be getting a little tricky about where to anticipate the white wolves. And same thing as last time, one wolf is down there, the other is up there. I have no idea where the next one's going to be, but stay down here. Man, it is kind of stupid that these guys now take like a dozen hits to kill. But at least you got the were-tiger transformation. And again, this would be part of the Stock's Ultimate Justice collection, so if I had an actual Xbox 360 controller, or could get the 360 to work at all, I would be covering that on the 360. But even so, I still had to record something. Keep in mind that I'm basically in college right about now.
Welcome to your doom.
Tiger. This guy is, strangely enough, a lot easier and a lot less prickly than he was on the Genesis. And alright, we are at max lives. 10 lives. And this is the last time we see this graphical glitch, I'll tell you that much. And there we go. Neff turns the goddess that we're trying to rescue into a bird. Now we have to free him. Honestly, I kind of prefer the Genesis selection of music for these levels than I do the arcade version. I just think the stage 3 theme should have been used here. And this guy's so annoying. Honestly, yeah, I don't think it's a terribly bad thing to try to cheat in order to figure out how the game works. And then with a bit more practice and a bit more time, you can actually play a better version of this game. Ideally, I would not do cheated runs for perfect playthroughs. But I'll take whatever I can get. And this is actually the intended looping pattern that you need to go for the stage 5 boss here. It's not the same sort of pattern you would use on the Genesis version, where all you have to do is duck and just spam the punch button to attack it. And eventually it'll go down. That doesn't work here in the arcade version. So instead I do a partial jump and then do the kick attack to go back and forth to catch him in this endless loop. Eventually he'll get steamed and start trying to charge. And that's the game. We have defeated Neff and beaten the game. We got the best. We got our high school. Well, I reckon it has to be like the 5th attempt. Now, having said that, this was definitely a bit of a frustrating game to do a perfect playthrough on. I kind of wish this was done under honest pretenses, more honest pretenses anyways. But I still find this game to be fun. Maybe not as fun as the Genesis version, but this is arguably the definitive way to play the game. So it's just my personal opinion on that front. Now, I will try to get something up and running tomorrow. I have some things to do, and I don't know if my laptop will permit me to live stream tomorrow. I don't know if my internet connection's gonna be working properly. Fingers crossed. But I will return a live stream tomorrow. I will be back Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then next Wednesday. Those will be my final 5 or 6 days of live streaming for Summer of Sega. Just a heads up. But I won't be doing but most of my remaining Summer of Sega entries are gonna be pre-recorded like you see here. So, if you like this video, please leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. With that out of the way, this is Mike Gordon, sign out.